Hello everybody and welcome to part 3 of Embroidery with the Brother Embroidery Machine. In this video, we're going to learn all about the Artspira app and how it works with your embroidery machine. You may be coming to this video from the SE700 or the PE570 setup tutorial. These machines are very similar, and what I'm showing in this video for the Artspira app will apply to either one of those machines. So the first thing I want to do is show you what you can do with this app for free. The first thing you want to do is connect the app to your sewing machine. I have a link below in the description of how to do this, so if you haven't done that yet, pause the video here and do that first. You can see that this is a very in-depth app because it's not just for embroidery. It has a lot of other uses. But let's simplify it down and just look at the embroidery functions. This top Explore button, you can go straight to all the embroidery designs that are in here, but I will tell you that the majority of these you'll have to pay for. So let's just use the back button, and then we're going to scroll through the free embroidery designs. You can click over here at the See All button to the right. This is going to show you all the patterns that are free. You can transfer them straight to your embroidery machine and embroider them. And you'll notice that all these have this little gray icon of an embroidery machine. Sometimes you'll do a search for a specific design and it could be for a different function. So make sure that the design has this symbol for embroidery. So if I go back out to the main screen, if I just press home and then I scroll down a little bit, I can click and see all the new paid embroidery designs. The other icon you're going to see is this little crown at the bottom left corner. This means that you have to have a subscription to get that design. So if I click into here, I'll see that crown icon on the left side, and then as I scroll down to the bottom, you'll see it says free trial or subscription. So let's go back again to the home screen, tap that home screen icon, and let's say we want to create our own design. In my previous video, I was explaining to you how you can embroider words on the sewing machine, but that you don't have a lot of control over their layout. So let's just create simple text-based embroidery patterns. The way we're going to do that is at this bottom center, we're going to click the plus icon that says New. Now there are a lot of options here, but we're going to go to the Design Editor. You'll see right above Design Editor, it says Embroidery, Cutting, or Printing. So you're going to want to make sure that you're on the Embroidery tab and then click Design Editor. And this is going to give me this white square, and it shows at the top that it's a 4x4 inch. If you're coming in from one of my other videos, this is the setting you're going to want to have. Notice if I click on that 4x4, it's giving me a lot of different options for sizing. But the 4x4 inch is always safe because that's the largest size some of these machines can do. So I'm just going to leave it there, 4x4, and say Done. And now at the bottom of the page, it says Add Objects, and we're going to start with text. And then it's going to bring up this box that I can type into. I'm going to just type sew, and then I'm going to say Done. And now tap on that word, and at the bottom you'll notice the options change for this specific object. The first one is Edit, and that's to edit the letters. The second one is Font. So let's click on that, and then you'll see the selected font. Let's tap on that, and then you can scroll through, and you can see there are a lot of fonts to choose from. Some of them have crowns by them, and that means that you'll need the subscription to use that font. But you'll see there's still a lot of free ones that you can use. If you tap the heart to the right, it'll save it to your favorites. Or you can click on this History tab and it'll show you which ones you've used in the past. I'm going to use this one here and make it a really nice block font, and then I'm going to say Done. This screen will pop up with the font size and the character spacing. So if I tap the plus on the font size, you'll see it's getting bigger, and it's telling me in blue right above what the actual size in inches is. And then the character spacing will move the letters further away or closer together. I'm going to leave this one at 0, and then I'm just going to say Done. The next option is Color. You can change the color here. You'll still have to change your thread on your machine manually, but this will give you a good idea of what it's going to look like when it's embroidered. So I'm going to do light pink. The next option is transform. There's a monogram and a warp, which you'll need a subscription for. There's circle and spiral. These are really handy to use. I'm going to tap on the arc, and then I'm going to slide this back and forth, and you can see how it moves. I'm just going to leave this as default. Then the last button is layout. You can tap and drag each object, or you can use the layout to move it with the arrows. See, as I click the up and down arrow, and then the left and the right arrow, see how it moves around? I want it to be perfectly centered, and because I dragged it around myself, I'm going to use this reset to center right here at the bottom. I'm going to tap that, and that's going to move it into the center horizontally and vertically. And now I'm just going to use the up arrow to move it up, but then I know it's still perfectly centered. And then I'm going to say done, and at the top right I can say OK, and that's going to bring me back to the main screen. Now let's do a second image, a second text. For this one, I'm going to type practical and then tap that object. And for this one, I'm going to go straight to the font, and then I'm going to go to history and see which ones I've used before. I love this Allison font. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to say done. The font size and character spacing all look good, so I'm just going to say done here. Then I'm going to click on the color, and I'm going to select this dark raspberry, and done again. Then instead of using the transform button, I'm going to manually drag this up and over, and then you can use 2 fingers and spread it out to make it bigger. And then let's give it a little angle just like this, so it's going to overlap the other word. When you get it the way you like it, just say OK at the top. Now let's add a third object. I'm going to repeat the first word. So I'm going to click on text and then type so, and then done. Tap on it to change the font. And I want this the same size as the other word so. To make sure they're exactly the same, go ahead and just click on the first one and go to the font and see what number it is. Okay, this one's 72. So I'm just going to say done, and then I'm going to tap on the new one and bring that number up to 72. Now I'm going to use the layout button to drop it down. You can set it to center to make sure it's centered, and then bring it down to where you want it. Looks good right there. Okay, and I'm going to say done now. I want to match this to the other color too. If you forget what color it is, you can go back, same thing, click on it, then click on color and see which one it is. For my last word, I'm going to type the word fun, and I'm going to tap on that and drag it down so you can see it a little clearer. Now go to font, and I'm going to pick that same Allison font and leave the sizing and everything just the way it is. Now I need to go to the color, and again I want to do that same color. So I'm going to click on practical, look at what color that is. Okay, it's the 4th one down. And I'll tap on fun and choose that 4th one down. And then again manually I'm going to slide this one up, use 2 fingers to make it bigger or smaller, however you want it. And then those 2 fingers too to rotate it so that you get it just how you want it. And then say OK. So at the top here I can say save, and then it's going to give me a space where I can name this file. I'll name it So Logo and save. I can send it to my machine now and embroider it, or I can just save it to be embroidered later. But let's go ahead and send it to the machine and embroider this pattern. To do that, turn the machine on and make sure it's connected to the internet. Back on the app, tap the transfer button. Once the pattern is downloaded to the machine, this screen will pop up saying data transfer complete. and it will show you where the file is. Click the pocket icon on the machine, then the cloud pocket icon. Give it just a minute to find it, and then it will display the file. Click on it, and then click the Set button. The next screen will show you what it looks like on the hoop. I like it just the way it is here, so I'm going to just click this Edit End button. The next screen gives you a chance to move it around, but I like it just the way it is, so I'm going to click this Embroidery button. One thing you'll notice here that I'm not liking is that it's showing 4 different colors, but there's only 2 colors we're going to be using. That means it's going to want me to thread this machine back and forth between the 2 colors over and over. I don't want to do it that way. You'll notice here that this box is showing not only the color that it's going to embroider, but what it's going to embroider. So even though these are the same color, it's going to be doing them one at a time. But you know what? That's okay. I'm going to show you how to work around this. Let's go ahead and get the machine loaded with the light pink, and let's embroider this first word. Okay, now that that's done, you can see it wants to switch to the darker pink and do the word practical next. Instead of doing that, we're going to click this button down here, and then these buttons on the end are to go forward or backward 1 color. I'm going to click the plus to go forward 1 color, then click OK. And now you can see I'm on the light pink again, and it's showing me that it's going to do that second so word. So let's go ahead and embroider that. Okay, now that that's all embroidered, it's showing our last color, dark pink, which is good, but it's also on the last word, fun. We missed the word practical. So let's click this button again, and then we're going to go minus twice, and then say OK. Now you can see it's on the word practical. And this is the color it's going to embroider, and this is what it's going to embroider. So I'm going to switch out the spool with the second color. So let's do that. Let's embroider practical. And now that practical is embroidered, you can see, of course, it wants to go back to that light pink, so we just want to skip it. So we're going to again click that button and then click plus to move forward to the next color. And now it's going to show me the last color. It's the correct dark pink, and it says fun, and that's the last word we need to embroider. And there we go. The design is done, and when I hold it next to the app, you can see how accurately it embroiders what I wanted. In the next segment, I'm going to be showing just how powerful this app is with a paid subscription and all the fun things you can do with it. Please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a stitch. Happy sewing!